So just continuing from the last video, we're here on the preferred domain site settings page, and now I want to show you how to set up what's called an XML sitemap. And this is kind of what it sounds like. It's a map of your site. It lists all of your posts and pages and categories and tags and pretty much every URL that exists on your site, and you submit that to Google so that it knows about all of these things, and so that you have a much better chance of coming up in search. Now, once you're here, if you click on Dashboard on the left, you should see a little category that says Sitemaps. You click on that. And then the red button up at the top right says Add Test Sitemap. You want to click there. And then it'll give you part of your website there. I'm going to show you how to do this for a WordPress and a non-WordPress site. First, we'll do the WordPress one. Now, if you've already installed the plugin in the last video, you don't need to do this again. But if you didn't follow along in the last video, you can do it now. Just type in Yoast. I've already installed it. You're going to go over to that same menu that we went over to in the last video, but you're going to click on XML Sitemaps now. Now this might take about, 15 or 20 seconds to show up. I paused the video and waited for the sitemap to create itself. But if you click on that button that says XML sitemap, it should open up a new tab, and then you'll have a list of all of your posts, pages, forums, topics, etc. And if you were to click on one of those links, it would give you a list of every single URL in your site. It would tell you how many images are on that page, when the last modification is. But all we really need here is the sitemap _ index.xml that comes after the slash. You just copy that, and we're going to go back to the Google Search Console, and then just paste that in there. And then first we're going to test it. So we click Test Sitemap, and then View Test Result. And you see it says no errors found, so that's good. You close that, and now we're going to submit it for real. So click the red button again, and you're just going to paste the same thing in there again, and then just submit it. And then we click refresh the page, and it'll probably say pending. It should only take a few hours for Google to verify it. It just goes and it scans all your pages, and then that should be processed. And then you're all set. That's how to set up an XML sitemap using WordPress. Now, if you submit this sitemap with the Yoast plugin, it should automatically add your new posts and pages in the future to it. But let's say you create a new post, and then a week later you Google the title of that post and you don't even see it in search there. You can go to this site, google.com/webmasters/tools/submit URL. And you just enter the URL of that individual post, enter the CAPTCHA, and then click Submit Request, and that'll let Google know about that particular page if for some reason it doesn't add it to the sitemap automatically. Now, for a non-WordPress site, you can go to this site called xml-sitemaps.com, and then you just enter your URL in the first field there, and then click Start. And it takes, it depends on how big your site is, but it could take up to 10 minutes to create it, and then you would get something like this, and then you would just add the same piece after the slash to Google Search Console like you did with the Yoast plugin. And it's the same concept. You're just adding a sitemap, but this is for the people who don't use WordPress. So that's how to set up an XML sitemap and guarantee that Google knows about all of your pages. And one last thing I should mention is that you don't need to submit a sitemap for both the www version and the non-www version. You just want to submit it for the version that you've set as your preferred domain when we did it under site settings.